Governor, how are you?
I'm great.
So
nice
good
to
to see you. Thanks for making some time for me.
Governor Maura Healey's Beacon Hill office displays her love of sports, specifically basketball, along with those captured in the snapshots of her life.
About a year ago, it was last May, I was invited by Pope Francis to the Vatican for
She grew up on a farm in coastal New Hampshire.
a little town called Hampton Falls. I'm the oldest of 5, raised mostly by a single mom who went back to work as a school nurse. I think I learned to drive when I was like 10 or 12 years old because that's what you could get away with.
Worked at least 3 jobs.
I was a cocktail waitress at the Hampton Beach Casino Ballroom.
You must have met a lot of characters there.
Great, a lot of served a lot of characters, probably overserved a lot of characters.
Her mother instilled in her a strong work ethic and a love of sports.
I remember one of the things that my mom did is, this is sort of a funny story. She sold her wedding ring and her engagement ring, and she used the money to pave a basketball court, a half court, out behind our old farmhouse.
And that paved the way for Maura's basketball career, high school, college, and pro in Australia, before returning to law school at Northeastern.
I went to the AG's office and, I took a huge pay cut, but I never looked back. So one of the first places I campaigned was on the South Coast.
Then to the governor's office, the first elected female governor of Massachusetts who's openly gay.
I came out after college, sort of figured that out.
Her partner of almost 4 years, attorney Joanne Lidgate, has young children from her previous marriage.
I am made aware when little girls come up to me, or sometimes gay people come up to me and say, thank you.
Governor Healey, how are you?
Oh, I'm great.
Her popularity is growing, from late night to cable news, fighting for her constituents, even if it means standing up to the president.
If there are instances where the administration does things that harm people, then I'm going to speak up.
A lot of governors are not speaking up because they're afraid of the cuts that they're going to have to deal with. You don't seem to be backing down.
Well, because our people are getting hurt. Our businesses are getting hurt. I've got to speak up for them.
Would you ever consider running for president?
No, I love being governor of this state.
You saying you'll never be, or that right now you don't? You just want to focus on being the governor? Because I know how you politicians answer.
I know. No, I'll never be president of the United States.
What do you think was the hardest thing that you had to go through?
I think probably my parents splitting up. I was the oldest of 5. The youngest was under age 1. I remember people would drop off like those green trash bags of clothes at the house. I'm really fortunate that later in life, after a period of sort of estrangement, I was able to form a relationship with my dad once again, who was a wonderful person. But sadly, he passed away of cancer a few years after that. He never saw me become Attorney General or never saw me work in government.
Right.
He'd probably get a kick out of it
I'm sure
today.
he's looking down, having a good smile on his face. And it was good that you connected with him before you had closure.
Yeah.
At 81, her mom is still going strong, just retired as a school nurse and still on the old farm.
There are very few women who are governor in this country. There are very few women who are Attorney General. And having somebody like my mom who was a leader in her own way and somebody who had a lot of strength and also heart, she was a really great role model for me to have.